Happy morning, dear children. I hope you all are taking good care of your health because health is wealth, right? So, today we are going to discuss something about medical, something about medicine, something about surgeries, operations. And our lesson is lesson 18, Sushruta. Dear children, do you know who is Sushruta? He is one of the greatest Ved means one of the greatest doctors of our ancient India. Okay, dear children, पहले doctors नहीं होते थे, पहले वेद होते थे, right? And they used to give different treatments with the help of Ayurveda. Okay, and one of the most well-known person in this field is Sushruta, okay, and today we will learn about him. About the lesson, dear children, you need to go through the lesson. It is very important, okay. First we will be watching the central idea and then we will go through the whole story, fine. This lesson gives us some interesting information about Sushruta. यहाँ पे सुश्रुता के बारे में हमें काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें इंफॉर्मेशन पता चलेगी. His contribution, especially in the field of surgery and medicines, उन्होंने surgery and medicines के field में जो अपना contribution दिया है, we are going to learn about this in the lesson, and then which proves that India was far ahead of the rest of the world in medical knowledge. Because of Sushruta, we can say that India was a very developed country in the field of medicines and surgery. Okay, पहले के टाइम पे जब ज़्यादा surgeries होना possible नहीं होता था, उस टाइम पर because of Sushruta, all the modernized methods were possible because of his techniques of surgery and medication. So, India was a very, we can say that वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा आगे था in terms of medical and surgery even in the ancient times, okay. And now we will watch the video lesson and you have to be very careful about all the points, okay. Let's see the video lesson.
Chapter 18, Sushruta. It was midnight when Sushruta was awakened by a frantic knocking at the door. "Who's out there?" asked the aged doctor, taking a lighted torch from its socket in the wall and approaching the door. "I am a traveler, my revered Sushruta," was the anguished reply. "A tragedy has befallen me. I need your help." Sushruta opened the door. What he saw was a man kneeling before him, tears flowing from his eyes and blood from his disfigured nose. "Get up, my son, and come in," said Sushruta. "Everything will be all right, but be quiet now." He led the stranger to a neat and clean room with surgical instruments on the wall. Unfolding a mattress, he asked him to sit on it after taking off his robe and washing his face with water and the juice of a medicinal plant. Sushruta then offered the traveler a mug of wine and began preparing for the brought from the garden. He measured the size of the stranger's nose. Taking a knife and forceps from the wall, he held them over a flame and cut a strip of flesh from the stranger's cheek. The man moaned, but the wine had numbed his senses. After bandaging the cut in the cheek, Sushruta cautiously inserted 2 pipes into the stranger's nostrils and transplanted the flesh to the disfigured nose. Molding the flesh into shape, he dusted the nose with powdered licorice, red sandalwood, and extract of Indian barberry. He then enveloped the nose in cotton, sprinkled some refined oil of sesame on it, and finally put a bandage. Before the traveler left, he was given instructions on what to do and what not to, and a list of medicines and herbs he was to take regularly. He was also asked to come back after a few weeks to be examined. In this manner, Susruta mended a nose some 26 centuries ago. And what he did is not greatly different from what a plastic surgeon would do today. In fact, Susruta is today recognized as the father of plastic surgery all over the world. His treatise, Susruta Samhita, has considerable medical knowledge of relevance even today. It indicates that India was far ahead of the rest of the world in medical knowledge. In the 8th century AD, Susruta Samhita was translated into Arabic as Kitab Shaw, Shun-a-Hindi, and Kitab-i Susrut. Born in the 6th century BC, Susruta was a descendant of the Vedic sage Vishwamitra. He learned surgery and medicine at the feet of Divodasa Dhanvantari in his hermitage at Varanasi. Later, he became an authority in not only surgery but other branches of medicine. He was the first physician to advocate what is today known as the caesarean operation. He was also expert in removing urinary stones, locating and treating fractures, and during eye operations for cataract. Several centuries before Joseph Lister, he put forth the concept of asepsis. His suggestion to give wine to patients about to be operated on makes him also the father of anesthesia. In his treatise, Susruta lists 101 types of instruments. His Samdamsa Yantras are the first forms of the modern surgeon's spring forceps and dissection and dressing forceps. In fact, his system of naming surgical tools after the animals or birds they resemble in shape. For example, crocodile forceps, hawkbill forceps, etc., is adopted even today. Susruta was also an excellent teacher. He told his pupils that one could become a good physician only if one knew both theory and practice. He advised his pupils to use carcasses and models for practice before surgery. In addition to classifying worms that infect the human body, leeches for bloodletting, medicinal herbs and metals, Susruta gave a vague classification of animals.
Children, I hope you all are very clear with what we learned today about Sushruta. And now it's time for your work from home. So let us see what do we have today. Read the lesson carefully, very important, and compare the operation or surgery process of Sushruta. You need to compare the techniques of operation or surgery process of Sushruta with today's modern operation or surgery techniques. आपको modern process and the process of Sushruta, you need to compare both the points and you need to tell me, you need to write some points based on what is the difference between the techniques used by Sushruta and what are the techniques used in the modern times, means in the present era. Okay, I will see you next time with the part 2 of this lesson where we will be discussing about my dictionary, means all the new words. Till then, read this lesson carefully. Bye dear children. God bless you.